to Wrestling with Snipes. Today we'll be reviewing AEW Dynamite for September 18th, 2024. The show kicks off with a one-on-one contest between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho. The Learning Tree and the other crew get into a six-man brawl and they are brawling all over the arena. Briscoe hits a cannonball followed by Cassidy hitting a suicide dive. Orange Cassidy hits an elbow over the barricade as Jericho catches Orange Cassidy in the Hurricanrana and puts him in the walls. Cassidy escapes and they battle outside. Jericho hits a backdrop through an announce table on the outside and we go to commercial break. Back from break and Big Bill hits a big boot on Cassidy. 1, 2, he kicks out. Then O'Reilly comes out and he starts battling off Big Bill, only for the Bad Apple to come out as Mark Briscoe takes care of him. Jericho gets out the brass knucks but then drops them. Cassidy picks up the brass knucks, hits a Superman punch. 1, 2, 3, Orange Cassidy picks up the victory. Then we go to the back and we see Alex Marvez with Wheeler Yuta. Yuta is losing things. He's just not with it. Someone hands him his title. He says, I found this in the back. Wheeler says, I'm a champion and I'll be there next week to defend the Trios Tag Team Championships. Then in our next contest we see Hook against JD Inc. Who? Oh my. Hook starts off with a big clothesline, then starts superplexing Inc. all over, including a belly-to-belly overhead. Then he sinks in the Taz mission and Inc. taps out. Hook successfully defends the FTW Championship. Next, we have a tag team match with Serena Deeb teaming with the AEW Women's Champion Mariah against Queen Aminata and Yuka Sakazaki. Definitely mispronounced that name. Deeb and Yuka start off the match with arm drags. We see Mariah May posing with the title on the outside. Deeb has no one to tag. Then May tags herself in the ring and hits a German suplex. And then everyone else hits multiple German suplexes. German suplexes galore. Yuka hits a springboard splash onto the outside. Then out of nowhere, Mariah May hits Yuka with the championship. The bell rings. It's a disqualification. Then May starts whipping Yuka with the title and gives her a kiss on the cheek. Then we go to the back and we see a video package from Mina. Mina is coming. Next we see the BBC come out from the crowd and then they're attacked by Private Party. But that only lasts a few seconds because the tables are turned and the BBC take over on them. Shafir is dominating one of them on the outside of the ring when Commander shows up. Commander goes for a suicide dive but Claudio wipes him out with an uppercut. Then Isaiah is being held by Claudio and Shafir. Mox grabs a hammer and smashes his hand on the table. Then Darby comes out and smokes Mox with his skateboard. Mox gets up but he doesn't hit him back. He escapes before Darby hits him again. Darby says, I ain't the same guy you knew 5 years ago and I'm gonna beat you at Grand Slam and then at Wrestle Dream. I'm the next AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Next up, we have the Beast Mortis against Ricochet. This match starts off as most big dives all over, including a suicide dive. Mortis is getting frustrated by all the flips and tricks. Ricochet hits a super kick followed by a cannonball over the top and Mortis catches him and powerbombs him against the ringside. And then we go to commercial break. We come back from commercial break and Mortis is working over Ricochet's arm. Mortis falls to the outside of the ring and Ricochet hits a Canadian Destroyer on the outside onto the concrete floor. Ricochet then hits a springboard 450 but only gets a 2 count. Then Ricochet hits his Precision Inferno. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet picks up the victory. We come back from commercial break and we see Tony Schiavone introducing Adam Hangman Page. Hangman said, I knew the day would come when Swerve would be done and done forever. The supporters of Swerve were everywhere. They're surrounding me right now. While I was suspended, I heard a voice cheering on Swerve coming from the commentary desk. It looks like Hangman is about to hit Schiavone when Double J the Last Outlaw comes out. Hangman starts beating down Double J, throws him against the barricade 3 times. He sets up for a buckshot lariat but the security guard jumps in the ring to save Jarrett. Jarrett then grabs the microphone and says the entire dressing room wants to beat Adam Page's ass and I'm at the beginning of the line. The Last Outlaw is gonna kick your ass. Then we see Renee with Ricochet, but Will Ospreay interrupts. Ricochet said, you told me to go get my wins up. So I did. Then I talked to Tony Khan and on October 2nd, it's going to be Ricochet Ospreay International Championship. And the next contest is the main event of the evening. It's a trios contest. Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay, and Takeshita against the Young Bucks and Okada. Jackson and Fletcher start off throwing forearms back and forth, and then they make the tags. And we see Okada and Ospreay face to face. They're beating down the team of the Callis family, and the Elite pose and then turn around, and then they get smashed. Then we see 3 springboard crossbodies onto the outside by the Callis family, and all hell is breaking loose. Then the Young Bucks get taken out and they start triple teaming Okada. Sit down powerbomb, but only gets a 2 count. Then we see a triple dropkick to Okada, but again only a 2 count. Kyle Fletcher hits a big slam and the Young Bucks break up the pin. Then we see a triple super kick by the Young Bucks and Okada, but only a 2 count. We are about to go to commercial break 3 minutes before the show is scheduled to end. We come back from break and the Young Bucks are double teaming Takeshita. We see a big elbow off the top rope by Okada, but no pin. The Elite pose in the ring and the bird is flipped. They go for an EVP trigger on Takeshita, but they miss, and he makes the hot tag to Ospreay. Ospreay hits a double enziguri on the Bucks. Then we see a Sito powerbomb, but Ospreay is saved by Kyle Fletcher. Then Fletcher makes the save as Ospreay was about to hit by the EVP trigger. Then he makes the tag to Fletcher. There's a super kick. Things are breaking down as Takeshita takes out the Young Bucks and hits Okada with a dive to the outside. Then we see Fletcher hit a twisting tombstone. Nick makes the save on Matt. Then he gets thrown out of the ring, and we see a move called the Cornelius by Fletcher and Ospreay. 1, 2, 3. The challengers have beaten the tag champs in the main event of Dynamite. Next week is Grand Slam, and we will see the Young Bucks defend the tag team titles against Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Darby Allin puts up his title shot against Mox, and if he can handle it, Bryan Danielson one-on-one with Nigel McGuinness. See you next week for Grand Slam.